What is going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Thrive Forever Fit Show. I'm your host, Jay Nixon. If you're listening on iTunes, Spotify, or one of the other providers, thank you so much for listening. If you're watching on YouTube, welcome into my office. So today, I'm going to talk to you guys about the difference in diets versus transformations. There's a drastic difference, guys. They're not even remotely the same. And at the end of today's call, at the end of today's show, you are going to have all the information you need to make the correct decision on which one is right for you. And I'm going to give you a secret. There's only one answer, okay? So there's three major categories of differences as far as I see it. So diets are all about deprivation and starvation, meaning you've got to deprive yourself of everything in order to get to this one set goal that you have created for yourself. Part of that deprivation usually includes some form of starvation, some form of major calorie restriction, things like the HCG diet. I mean, you're talking about deprivation, starvation, manipulation. I was going to make up a word there because it's so crazy, the lengths that people will go to. But that's one of the key cornerstones of a diet is you've got to deprive yourself. You've got to starve yourself. And the difference is in a transformation, all you're doing is you're making modifications and moderations. You see the difference? It's so much simpler. It's so much better for you. So making a simple modification to a eating program is something as simple as this. And I'm going to get into the details of why this is important later on in the podcast. But making a simple modification for someone who's just starting out on a weight loss journey is way easier than going the deprivation or the starvation route. Deprivation and starvation will lead to failure every single time. If you deprive a human being, they will want more of what it is you deprive them of, and they will figure out a way to get it. It's just how we're hardwired. There's no way around it. I'm no different. You're no different. Every human is the same. If you deprive us, we will want more of that thing. And we all know that starvation is just a non-fulfilling prophecy. It's a horrible idea. Starvation never leads to anything positive. No, you've never heard anybody saying, yeah, Joni, she starved herself. She looks amazing. Like, she looks so great. Like, I got to try that. Nobody's ever said that, right? It's stupid. It doesn't even make any sense. When you hear me say it, you're like, yeah, that does sound dumb, Jay. But to make a minor modification, think about that. For someone who's just starting on the journey, if they just made small modifications, if they just stop having cheese on their burger, that's super simple, super small, but it's a modification that will lead to positive results down the road. I gave this analogy on a Facebook Live the other day. It's as simple as this. Here's a modification scenario for you that everybody can understand. Let's say you want a burger. You go get that burger, but instead of having the French fries, you get the side salad. That's a modification that will pay dividends down the road if you consistently make that same modification. Or you could flip the script. If you're really wanting French fries that day, you could say, I'm going to have the burger, but with no bun, and I'm going to have the fries. And then eventually that modification turns into a new lifestyle change. And then what you start doing is you start having the burger with no bun and the side salad. You see how those small modifications lead to big modifications the more you stack upon them? It's just like the example of this. So everybody loves Mexican food, right? It's Taco Tuesday every damn day. So the difference maker with a Mexican food would be something as simple as this. Have the normal Mexican food, whatever it is you get, fajitas, enchiladas, tacos, carne asada, carne hoo-hoo. I don't even know what it is. Get whatever you want, but don't have the rice and only have half of the normal portion of beans. Who here has ever been blown away at the size of the bean portion they give you at a Mexican food restaurant? I mean, it's most of the time it takes up the entire plate and the other food is just sitting on top of it. Who in the world needs to eat that many beans, right? So a modification would be eating a quarter of those beans or just half of those beans and not having any rice. And then we start digging deeper. Then we start having the fajitas with no flour tortilla. We just eat the meat and the veggies, and then we have a little bit of beans on the side. And then we flip it even deeper with a modification, and you have the chicken fajitas with the veggies, maybe steak fajitas, I don't care, a little side bowl of beans, and then a side salad, right? And we start just stacking momentum. We start stacking positive modifications. And then moderation means Eat the things you love, but only eat them in moderation. Don't eat the entire pie. Have a slice of pie every 2 weeks. See, that's moderation. Or have dessert one night a week instead of 7 nights a week. That's moderation. That's sustainable long term if you build a lifestyle around that, if you build a system around that. Flipping back over to the diet side of the page, not sustainable, because if you deprive yourself for too long, whenever the wheels fall off that wagon, and they will, it's why I teach 80% psychology, 20% mechanics. Mechanics always break down. When those mechanics break down on your deprivation and starvation diet, you're going to go bananas. Like, you're going to find yourself knee deep in the hometown buffet, just doing what you do, like elbows deep in gravy is where you're going to find yourself. And then there's no way back, because you've deprived yourself so long. You're like, I'm never doing that again. It was painful. Diets are painful and hard and challenging. Transformations don't have to be. Might they bring a little bit of, I can't even think of the right word, because they don't have to be hard. They don't have to be challenging. They might bring a little bit of like discomfort to you because you're not used to not having the bun. Guess what? The burger tastes just as good without the bun. Hell, just take the top bun off and eat the bottom bun. That's what I'm talking about. Start slow. Don't start out by, it's like somebody says, I'm going to run a marathon. They've never ran a day in their life, and they go out and run 12 miles on their first day. Guess what? They're broken. They're going to wake up tomorrow morning and they're not going to be able to walk. That's why anybody with any sensibilities doesn't do that. That's the diet mentality, starvation, deprivation. The transformation mentality would be, tomorrow morning I'm going to get up and I'm going to walk half a mile, then I'm going to run the rest of the half mile. I'm going to do a whole mile, I'm going to walk half, run half. And then the next day I do more, the next day I do more, and then eventually I build up to the marathon pace, the marathon length, right? Let's move on. Diets are always time inclusive, meaning they've always got an end date. Who started the diet, so I'm for the next 30 days, or by June the 2nd, I'm going to do this, or I'm going to go on this vacation and I've got to lose this many pounds by this date because this is when we're getting on the boat, or I'm getting married at this time, and so I've got to lose this much weight to fit into that dress. They're always time sensitive, and meaning anything with an end date is always going to have a collapse, meaning when it hits that end date, you won't keep doing that diet because it's been based on starvation and deprivation. You will slowly but surely go right back to where you started from, making it non-sustainable. And anything non-sustainable is not worth doing. Diets are built on quick fixes. They're built on hacks. They're built on potions and lotions and pills. They're built on gimmicks. So anything you read in Cosmo or People or pretty much on the damn internet, that what the celebrity is endorsing is some kind of gimmick. It's attached to some kind of, like, I saw something on Instagram that Lori brought this in. She's like, look at this shit. It was some, like, you wrap it around your belly and it also wraps around your thighs. And so it slims your thighs and your belly if you wear it for, I think it was like 2 hours a day. I mean, who is going to wear this for 2 hours a day? Nobody. But it's a gimmick. I guarantee they probably sold millions of them because people are like, well, I'd like a slimmer belly and slimmer thighs. Well, then start making small modifications. Start eating in moderation. Start doing things a little bit differently. Don't go to these extremely gimmicks. Gimmicks aren't sustainable. Lotions and potions aren't sustainable. Hacks are not sustainable. Diets are all about the quick fix, guys. Quick fixes are not long-term solutions. How many diets have you been on? Stop the recording right now. Really don't, but just think about that. How many diets have you been on in the course of your life? If you're 40 years old, how many diets have you been on? 10? Some of them multiple times. And that's a crazy thing too, right? People come into me and they're like, yeah, I'm going to start Weight Watchers again. I'm like, oh, cool. What do you mean again? They're like, oh, I've been doing Weight Watchers for like 20 years. What? So what? And you think it works? Well, I lose some weight, but I always gain it back. And I'm like, Karen, that means it doesn't work. And then Karen's like, oh shit, I never thought of that. See, Karen, they got you in the system. They got you in the funnel, right? You're part of the mathematical equation for Weight Watchers. Jenny Craig, the same way. The diet pill company, the same way. You're in the funnel. You're in the system. It's not sustainable, so you're always going to have to come back. See, here's the differentiation. Transformations don't have an end date because as you're building a new lifestyle, they're sustainable long-term, and you get real results that last. You don't lose 5 pounds of water weight, get on the scale and think you've done something miraculous. Like, oh my God, I lost 5 pounds. No, you didn't. You didn't lose 5 pounds in 3 days. You didn't. You've been pissing. You've been drinking more water than you ever drink. So your body's trying to figure out what you've been doing. You've been peeing out water. So you're just down water weight. But long term, it's not going to last. Real transformations have real, lasting, long results because they're sustainable. There's no end date. There's no, in 30 days, then I go off the wagon and I start doing what I used to do. You make modifications and moderations throughout time until you create a new system for yourself that works until you get to where you want to go. It's not going to happen fast, though. See, that's the difference. We are a quick fix, instant gratification society. So you've got to postpone what you want right now, long term, so you can have it forever. Meaning you can't get the body you want tomorrow. You can't weigh what you want to weigh tomorrow. You've got to postpone that gratification. And we're always looking for that magic bullet and that instant gratification. That's why we turn to diets. That's why we turn to pills. That's why we turn to these gimmicky things and these wraps and these, oh my God, if I had a nickel for every gimmick that I run across, it would be ridiculous. It would be absolutely ridiculous. Diets, gimmicks, not sustainable, end dates, quick fixes, pills, potions, lotions. Transformation, guys, no end date. It's just a lifestyle modification, a lifestyle moderation that you do forever, and you get real, long-lasting results. And now we're going to get to the best part. We're going to get to the reason why you should be doing some kind of thing to help you have a better life. So here's the deal. Diets are designed to be hard. They're designed to be hard to follow. They're designed to be gimmicky, all those things, because the creator knows they're going to fail and they know you're going to have to come back to it. And think about this. They're horrible for your body. They actually do more harm than good because of the yo-yo and the roller coaster that you're always doing, these yo-yo diets. People who are on the weight loss roller coaster, they lose 10 pounds, they gain 12. They lose 15 pounds, they gain 23 pounds. They lose 27 pounds, they gain 40 pounds. Horrible for your body. Screws up your hormone system, screws up your immune system. You ever notice when you're on one of these gimmicky, crappy diets, you're always sick? You ever notice that? It's because your immune system is like, what are you doing? Your immune system's like, what? Hey, lady, what are you doing? Like, we've done this before. Like, I know it does. I'm your immune system now. I know this doesn't work. How the hell have you not figured this out yet? Like, I've been trying to give you signals. We get sick every year at this time. We get sick 14 times a year. We've been on antibiotics consistently for the last 17 years. I'm sending you signals. Please listen to me. Your hormones are jacked up. Everything, your systems inside are screwed. You're anxious and depressed. Of course you are. I would be too. Deprivation, starvation, gimmicks, yo-yos, roller coasters, damaged immune system, jacked up hormone system. Who wouldn't be anxious? Who wouldn't be depressed? Who wouldn't be pissed off? Right? So the difference is move over to the other side of the spectrum, move into the transformation world. Transformations actually improve your quality of life. Transformations actually prevent disease. Transformations actually help eradicate diseases that you've given to yourself. Lower cholesterol levels, lower heart, the need for heart medications, lower the need for insulin because you were a raging diabetic and now you're just barely diabetic. Your body doesn't even know. It just wishes it could do what it used to do before you jacked it up. So you're just barely taking any of those pills. You used to be on 50 pills, now you're on 1. Think about that. What a win. My clients tell me all the time, I've got off 3 heart medications. I'm like, holy shit, they had you on 3? They're like, no, I'm on 5, but I've still taken 2 of them. I'm like, shit, we're saving your life. And they're like, yeah, that's what my doctor said too. Insane, right? But that same doctor who said that'll put you on 5 medications instead of saying, hey, lady, cut the shit. Let's do a transformation. Let's make a big time change, right? And the biggest thing, transformations will improve your mental health and happiness. My clients are unbelievably happy. They're not even where they want to go yet. Not even where they want to go, and they're unbelievably happy because they're doing it the right way. They're doing something that's sustainable, real long-lasting results, improving the quality of their life. Their current disease states are going down. They know they're eradicating the possibility of future disease. Their mental state is moved up. They used to be anxious and depressed. They're not anymore. They're walking around happy. Their family's like, why are you so happy all of a sudden? It's because I stopped the nonsense. Diets are nonsense. I wrote about this in my first book. I don't even let my clients use the D word. I think the D word is the filthiest, nastiest word you could ever say, because it's the biggest lie in the business. The fitness, nutrition, wellness, diet, whatever you want to call this world that we're all like playing in, is a multi-billion-dollar industry. And it's because there is the manipulation of facts and information on a daily basis to try to confuse consumers so they stay in the funnel, they stay on the roller coaster of the weight loss ups and downs, highs and lows, right? The weight loss industry and the antidepressant industry they're dating because they're so connected. They've got people so jacked up that they think there's nowhere else to turn to than to get on some antidepressants. I can't tell you how many patients come to me and say, one of the first questions I ask them, like, hey, are you on any medications? 60% say, yeah, I'm on this antidepressant. I get depressed. I'm anxious. I'm blah, blah, blah. Guess what happens in the middle of that transformation that we take them through? No need anymore, right? They don't want to be on that crap. They want to feel what it's like to feel. They're not depressed anymore. They're not anxious. It's because they stopped the nonsense. They stopped chasing that thing, that quick fix, that gimmick, that hack, and they just started doing things very simply: modifications, moderations, making really healthy choices for their body, disease eradication. It all comes together really naturally. So as you can say, I said before the podcast started, there's really one answer. Agreed? Anybody who's still chasing that diet thing that you've tried 50 times and you're going to do another one January 1st, it's time to come off the dark side and come over to the light and start doing a transformation. You don't have to work with me. You can work with anybody out there that does it the right way. If you want my guidance, if you're like, hey, Jay, this sounds great, but I don't really want to work with you, but do you have any recommendations? I'll give you a recommendation. I got a few dudes that do what I do that I'll gladly pass you off to. So this isn't about me trying to recruit you into my world. If you're ready, you like me, you think I can provide you value, I'll change your life. If you like what I have to say, but you think I might be a little crazy, I'll get you in with one of my homies. It's a little less wild than I am. And we'll get you helped, man. We'll get you off this roller coaster. We'll get you off the yo-yo. You don't deserve to be on that anymore. You deserve to be happy. You deserve to live a life that's sustainable. You don't have to take pills and potions and lotions anymore. You don't have to go on the internet and Google, how do I lose 10 pounds? Right? Stop that. Show me who's done that, right? You think you're going to get a real answer from the Google, right? You're going to get a bunch of jabronis up at the top giving you potions and lotions and hacks and do this for 10 days and do this for 7 days and count this and don't count that and stand on your head, sleep in your bathtub. I mean, you're going to get all kind of shit out there, man. So what's the wild, wild west? So my tips for you are exactly what I just stated. Get off the diet roller coaster, get on that transformation bandwagon and ride it forever. If you've read The Overweight Mind, you know how I feel about this. If you haven't read it, I highly suggest you get it before you take any action with anybody. The Overweight Mind, just go to Amazon, grab that bad boy. Super cheap, easy read. You can hit the Audible if you want to, if you're an Audible learner. You can get it on Kindle, you can get it paperback, you can get it any way you want it. Call me, I'll read it to you over the phone. Guys, I hope this helps you, man. I do this because I want to give you value. Remember, this whole podcast is about disruption, inspiration, and transformation. Today, hopefully I disrupted some of those belief systems you had about diets. Hopefully I gave you the inspiration to take some new roads down to where you want to go and get off that diet roller coaster. And hopefully I give you some information that will allow you to make that transformation, that transition that you need to make in order to live in a sustainable life of happiness, health, and wealth. Until next time, guys, wait, before I go, if you love this, if you like what I had to say about the whole transformation thing, remember, I've got that free Facebook group. It's called Wellness Lab Launchpad. It's on Facebook. It's a free group. Go ask to join. We'll let you in immediately. You're going to get more of this. You're going to get more simplicity. I'm going to take the noise and the minutia out of this process for you. I'm going to give you simple tips. I'm going to give you simple modifications and moderation suggestions. I'm going to work on your mindset because I think that is vital to your success. It's free. You got nothing to lose. If you don't like what I have to say, just hit get out of the group. You can bail. I won't even know you're gone. Wellness Lab Launchpad on Facebook, little rocket ship at the end. You'll see my face. We'll let you in. We'll have some fun. You might just make a transformation that saves you, man. That's all I'm here about. I want to help save you. I want to help you. I want to help you get to where it is you want to go, whether that's fitness wise, whether that's getting skinny, whether that's getting buff, whether that's whatever you want to do, man. I got your back. All right. Have a beautiful rest of your day. We'll talk to you soon. Be cool to each other. Love you.